Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busted It Open since 2007, and today we are going to review Master Universe Masterverse Masters of the Universe New Eternia Stratos. Stratos has always been one of my absolute favorites. I am loving what this line is doing. I'm still happy that they're pushing out figures, contrary to what many people are saying, that both lines are dead, that both MOTU Origins and MOTU Masterverse is dead. All right, two. I've always loved the fact that I always liked the fact that Stratos was a monkey man. He was really a flying monkey. He was like kind of like how can I say? He was pretty much like a nod to the Wizard of Oz, the flying monkey man, which is why I always liked him. Not to mention he was the flying character within Masters Universe. You had a few other ones later on that came in down the line, but I'm telling you, Stratos was always my favorite. He was actually one of my first Masters of the Universe action figures I had acquired as a child. So I mean, like, yeah, when it comes to Ram Man, Triclops, Manny Faces, Trap Jaw, Man at Arms, like the original, I would say, what were they? The original 8 or the original, yeah, like something like that. Yeah, I think it was the original 8 they were called, and I enjoyed them all. I enjoyed the complete first line, going all the way down to Merman. I hear that they're going to make a new Merman where he's not just so lame looking or whatever the case may be. Over here we have Stratos right here. Let's bring it a little bit closer and check out the box. And he's in a typical window box that the other Master Universe come in right here. The Masterverse line, you got Masterverse on the top. Some nice hieroglyphic graphics going on right there. 30 points of articulation. Barcode over here. Beautiful artwork of Stratos right here. And I loved him in the 2000X line as well. Master Universe New Eternia Stratos. Mattel logo over there. Stratos, winged warrior. And over here, look at this glorious artwork on the back. And it says Stratos, the once majestic mystic mountains now lay scattered in ruins, shards across the oceans of Eternia. Stratos reforms Avion as a nest of island outposts, protecting ships from pirates, marauders, and worst of all, mermen and his sub-ocean monstrosities. Though hardship and turmoil, Stratos proves to be the most resilient of New Eternia's warriors. Look at that. And you have Stratos, Bravado, Frosta, and Evelyn. I have all of these in the line. There will be reviews up. I've already done the videos for them. As I told you before, if you check my community posts, I had to rebuild my computer. Plus, I had to have an operation done. So, had a little surgery done. So, things are done. Things are looking good now. So, here we go. And it says empowering the next generation through play. Hazard symbols, legal mumbo jumbo right here. Barcodes, question mark. And I think that is it. 6+ over here. And I think that is it for the box. But this artwork looks great. Looks like a combination of the 2000X Stratos, which I absolutely love. The Mike Young Stratos. And this beautiful artwork right here on the back. Oh man, look at this. Original designs inspired by classic concepts. This is beautiful right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to bust open the package and see if Stratos is worth the scratch. And here we have Stratos looking very, very, very good. And I mean, he comes with a few accessories, as you saw within the package. Comes with a jetpack, hand, scepter, and a face mask. I'm loving the new Neo retro style look that they have with him going on. So let's bring this camera a little bit closer for you guys. And here we have the jetpack. Yeah, I had to change the gloves because, for one thing, when you're in the lab, you got to touch these figures. You can't touch these figures with your regular hands. What's wrong with you, man? This is some delicate material right here. But you have the black backpack here, cast in a nice, hard, shiny blue plastic right here. And again, these newer figures, this newer line is done in hard plastic. Everything on it is hard plastic. I don't even see how kids are going to be able to put their weapons in their hands because it's made out of some type of, I don't know. It's not like the first and second wave of action figures. This of Masterverse action figures. This stuff is hard. This stuff is real hard. But yeah, you see some nice sculpting right here. Gave it a more modernized look with the jetpack back here. And you got these little plugs on the bottom right there going on. And some plugs in the back that will fit into his back right here. Then you have these two hands right here. These are his flying hands. Got some nice little fur type sculpting going on because he is supposed to be a combination of a monkey and a bird, or whatever the case may be. A monkey and a bird. So he's like a flying simian, which is real good. Harkens back to the Wizard of Oz, or the Wiz for me. You know what I'm saying? Got these pegs on the back right here looking real good. So you can plug them in. Then you have this nice gold scepter right here, cast in a nice gold plastic, very hard, and a nice plastic, semi-translucent green emerald right here. Right here. But you have beautiful sculpting inside of this scepter. It looks absolutely wonderful. Nice build, nice construction. A little warped if you look right there, but nothing a little bit of heat can't handle, but it is hard. Then you have this beautiful face mask right here, which I can't wait to put this on him. No, I have not put the face mask on him yet. So yeah, everything's going to be trial and error within this video right here. And you got a nice plug on the bottom. Stratos is one of my favorites. And finally, we got the creme de la creme going on right here. We're going to pull it back a little bit. No, bring it forward a little bit so you can really get the view of this guy. And Stratos looks real good. I am loving the simian bird look in his face. The harness on his chest looks more streamlined now. The feather collar that they gave him looks real good. The straps, now the bird feathers on his arms right here are a little bit weird to me because they have a joint in the inside right there, but it doesn't stop the me enjoying this figure right here. Love the belt. Looks like a reuse of He-Man's belt, the Savage Land He-Man as I called him, or the Barbarian He-Man from the new Eternia line right there. Nice sculpting going on, nice feathery red feathers going on with a little bit of wash in them if you look real good. Backpack fits on real well right there. This right here you can take a loose and put into the back right here. All right, this right here fits into the back of Stratos right there. And then you will take the breathing apparatus right there and hook it in. But let's just finish looking at the aesthetics, and then we're going to plug in some stuff on this guy. Nice feathered loincloth, completely different. Not reuse or anything like that, which I don't mind reuse because Master Universe, that's their running theme right there, is, you know, reuse pieces. But it looks really, really good. You can see fur is sculpted along his body, inside of his body. Looks like some of the Beastman build is going on here. I know the feet are the Beastman feet, which I don't mind because these two have always similarly shared the same body type going when I was growing up as a kid, getting the Master Universe figures. Nice helmet. I love the helmet, love the sculpting and the fins on the helmets. The glasses of Stratos I've always loved right there. I like the nice beard that they've given him. He is looking real good. A nice modernized look on a retro toy right here. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I mean, this guy looks great. Now, as far as articulation goes, and I love the blackness in his eyes right there, really reminiscent of a bird or something like that with the eyelids up here at the top. Now, as far as articulation goes, you can't get the head to go all the way around. He is on a ball joint over here, bicep swivel, double hinged elbow as well. And there's joints inside the wings that connect it. So I guess, you know, you can get like some mobility going on. Because at first I was like, this is weird, but I kind of like it, you know. Now, it is loose up here when it comes to his bicep straps, but the way it's harnessed and latched together, it's not going to come apart or slide off or fly off or anything like that. Double hinged elbow, as you can see, twisting and pivoting in the wrist. Very stiff figure, very stiff figure. You got some ab crunch going on, even with the mechanisms and the extra material that they put on this figure. It is still very good. Nice leg split, as you can see. Thigh cuts, double hinged knee, as you can see, very stiff. You got some calf twist there and ankle rocker going on, but a little, you know, not as much as you would get. Well, no, it is. You got a lot of tilt and swivel going on with him. Now, as far as accessories goes, he's very stiff. The plastic is very hard. Okay. Now, if you want to take this collar off, you can. The feathered collar right here, you can, but you're gonna have to pop this head off if you want that G1 look to him. And pretty much, but they made it to where so you can do both. You can take the head off, take the feather, like the feather collar off, and you can take the breathing apparatus. Me myself, I love the new kibble that they've given him right here. Looks real good. You can slide this on like this, thus so. Bring it down over his head, and it fits on. Now the mask is made out of a nice soft vinyl, so you can easily bring it down over his head and everything like that. And there you have him with, and I like the way they made it look like a beak as well. And you plug the rest of the breathing apparatus or the breathing mask into his belt right here. So this is when he's going very high altitude and at high speeds. Gives it a bit more realism, and I really like it. Now the backpack right here, you latch this on, thus so. I don't know if it's going to be able to be taken off afterwards, so we'll see real quick. You put it in, thus so, give it a nice push, latch it in. Now you can take these latches off in the back right here, right? Because this is where like it's becoming like a realism to it, where so it looks like, you know, like he has the breathing mask is connected, and this is like an air tank as well right here. So it's an all-purpose flight pack and air tank, and you can latch these on right here on the sides right here to give it like I don't know, like, you know, a real aviator or like aeronautic look to his suit or to his breathing mask, which I think is cool. I really like this. I like the way it just more realistic and everything like that. Of course, you know, you can pull the hands off, thus so, and put the flying hands on right there. Hopefully I push these in real good. And there he is with the flying hand going on right there. Let me straighten this out for you guys. Take the other one out. Now, as far as like his weapons going in, this plastic is hard, man. Oh, this plastic is hard. So you're gonna have to give it a little bit of heat. But you know what? Let me see if I can open this guy's hand up, because the plastic is hard. It is not the cheap plastic anymore. I'm sorry. They are giving you like some quality plastic. We can put the scepter in his hand. And here he is with the scepter in his hand. And again, the reason why it's very hard to put these parts in here, I'm very happy that they chose more premium plastic, but it's hard. It's like, this plastic is like almost rock hard. I don't understand if they're saying these are for kids and they're making this plastic, because for me, it's a problem to put their weapons in their hands and stuff. So I imagine how it would be for a kid if they were to get hold of the Masterverse figures. But I do feel as though the Masterverse line is more geared towards the adults, or whatever the case may be, but still, even some adults gonna have a problem with this. And here you have him with fully equipped with all of his equipment on, the breathing apparatus, the breathing tube that goes to the harness, that goes to the jetpack, that goes to everything so that he can breathe at high altitudes. And I love how the mask comes over. Now these are a bit loose on his arm. You can fit them up onto his biceps, but they're actually just, I don't know. Me myself, I might tight glue them or something like that. I'm not sure, but at the same token, I love the fact they're not gonna come off, because as long as the hand is there, they're not gonna come off, but they are rather loose. And I understand the reason why they engineered it thus so. And I understand the way they engineered it with, so the wings are movable along with his arm so he can have full mobility, or like the flight stands and everything like that. Great figure. A bit complex, but great figure. Loving the color scheme going on with him. This is a great take on Stratos. I love Stratos. Stratos has always been one of my favorites, along with many of the Master Universe figures right there within the line. I can't get enough of this line, man. Definitely pick him up. You know, he is the flying monkey, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some pictures of Stratos, and then I will be back with my final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. So as a whole, I think Stratos the avian of the bird people, of pretty much like the bird people or the flying monkey people of Eternia, is absolutely wonderful. He was originally, whether you know now, as a kid, I remember he was first shown to be in the comics one of Skeletor's allies and stuff like that. And then later on, he just ended up being a heroic warrior and stuff like that. Always shared the same body sculpt as Beastman and stuff like that, which I always found to be odd, but that was the main part. That was the going thing with certain, with the Master Universe line. Like, if you were a Beast type or Fur type or whatever the case may be, they pretty much gave you Beastman's body. Like, which I thought they were going to do the Stinkor when he first came out. But by that time, they were starting to get a little bit more crafty with the Master Universe figures and stuff like that. But as a whole, this guy is absolutely wonderful. I think he's a great figure to have in your collection. He is coming in at about like 7.5. 7.5. Beautiful figure. Love him with the aeronautic outfit on, like he's a pilot or whatever the case may be. And yes, even though avians can fly, he uses the jetpack to go even faster. They didn't give him the brass knuckles that he was like, that they put on the classic Master Universe Stratos or anything like that. But Stratos, he can shoot electricity out his hands like a power blast, kind of like the stun and stuff like that. He can fight. He has most avians, they have like enhanced strength or anything. Like most Eternians, they're like superhumans and stuff like that, or like closer to perfection. But yeah, you can read more on that on masteruniverse.com, or like, just look them up and stuff like that. But Stratos is one of my favorites. Here he is next to MOTU Classic Stratos. Even though I like them both, it's just something about MOTU Classic Stratos I like a little bit better. And see, as you can see, yeah, they didn't even give him the brass knuckles here on this one, on the classic one. But I've always loved Stratos. Stratos was one of my first figures as a kid. Not this particular one, but the back in the Master Universe line. And yes, the face sculpt on the MOTU Classics looks much better than this one. This one has a bit of a cakey look to it. Let me bring it closer to you so you guys can see. This one has kind of like a cakey look. And this one right here has a more detailed look. Like you can see like the simian look in his face, or the monkey look. And yes, Stratos is supposed to be like a flying monkey, man. They were going to try to make him black because Mattel wants to include diversity. But if you had done that, boy, you'd have been being racist, boy. But yeah, Stratos is beautiful. Stratos is beautiful. Here he is next to He-Man. 40th anniversary He-Man, looking good, looking real good right there. Fits in scale with them. I'm loving the new Eternia line. I'm loving the Masterverse line. I hope they run it out until every character is done within the Master Universe line, and I will be complete. Here he is next to, let's see, MOTU Origins He-Man right here. And you already know what that is. And here he is next to, let me see, let's put him next to G.I. Joe Classified, what do you call this? Crimson Guard. And there you go. That shows you how big the guy is. Love the new design they gave him. Loving the joints, loving the articulation, loving the height, loving the build of it. Again, Mattel is using a different plastic. I'm not complaining at all. But it is definitely like a little bit harder for children to maneuver, just to put the weapons in there. You see, I'll have to switch to a different scene because it takes me a while to pretty much either heat it up or like, pry its hand open, or to move certain parts to where like I'll push certain things on. Now, once you get all the fittings into place, like his backpack, his breathing mask or whatever, or his pilot's mask or whatever. And I love the way the pilot mask pretty much favors a beak. So it looks like it's kind of like a bird, like the bird theme or bird motif going on and everything like that. But yeah, he's a great figure. But once you get everything fitted on, it fits on real snug. It doesn't move or anything like that. Loving the design, loving the build of it. I mean, this guy is a must-have if you can pick him up. If you're a big fan of Master Universe, pick up Stratos. Stratos is looking very good. So with that being said, that brings this review to close. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you buy a toy, what do? You bust it open. Remember he had a Scottish accent on the 2002 line, like Sean Connery or something like that? I loved it. I loved it. Check out Master Universe 2000X. It's on YouTube and everything like that. You will love that series. Take care, guys.